Hey folks. Once upon a time, there was an old biker dude. An old biker dude, man. Well, here's a nice little overlook right here. But the nicest part about it is I can sit here in the solar, and that picnic table right there will serve as a perfect location for me to cook my lunch. And while we're at it, this will be a good chance to check on my solar situation. I'm at 43%, and it's taking in a good deal of wattage. So if I do a little digging, I can dig me out some lunch real quick. Well, what a beautiful spot for lunch. Took me about 8 minutes to get my stuff out of the trailer and organize it over here on the table. And you know what? It's worth it to go through this, to be able to have lunch out here on the top of a ridge in the western North Carolina mountains. Just be able to pull over on the side of the road and set yourself up. So that should answer any questions people have about going through the hassle of pulling a trailer and having all the things and worrying about solar and all that. But to me, this is just really well worth it. All right, we're going to start off by just lighting up our grill here. And since my electronic lighter stopped working about 25 years ago on this thing, we use the old Bic. So there's some salt and pepper on my chicken. And then to cook up my veggies, I'm going to use some of my homemade oil here. This is chili oil with mirin, which is Japanese rice wine vinegar, and some chili oil and garlic. Spill some of these carrots in there and let them get started. And I'm going to chop up this red bell pepper. And I've thrown my red bell pepper in here. And now I'm going to add the rest of my onion that I still have. And we'll give these a little dose of pepper. There's a little ground ginger. Love that on my vegetables. And now we'll toss a little of this butter in there for a little flavor for my veggies. You know, the ironic thing is I'm doing this on the side of the road at a picnic table in the middle of a ride on the Cherohala Skyway. An old chicken's starting to smoke. Boy, that's smelling good. That is really smelling good. There's something I will often do out here. When I'm cooking on the side of the road like this, just to contain my heat a little better, I'll take and put that over whatever I'm cooking, especially if it's on the grill. That way it holds that smoke in there and kind of helps steam it a little bit to both cook it faster and keep the flavor of the smoke in the chicken while it's cooking. Let's see what our chicken's looking like. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. Take and see if I can drop me a little what's-a-sear sauce on there. And if some of it gets in the fire, oh well. Just creates smoke. Man, just look at that smoke pouring out from up underneath there. That is smelling so good. Up here on top of the mountain with this fresh mountain air. Man, just look at that smoke pouring out from up underneath there. That is smelling so good. Up here on top of the mountain with this fresh mountain air. Man. Now to save gas, I'm just going to move this over here on the grill and cut that other eye off. And I guess if one wanted to be a cheapskate, I could talk about the cost of this meal. I got the chicken breasts in a pack of 3 for $4.30. So the chicken breast cost me, what, $1.40. The carrots, this is like the 4th serving I've had out of a bag that I paid $1.19 for. And a 1/4 of a red bell pepper. So, you know, we're talking less than $2. That's less than the amount of a tip that you would leave for your server if you had lunch at a restaurant. Now, a little trick that I've learned cooking out here on the road. You know, you're not at home in your kitchen. So, you know, you just have to kind of make do. The wind is kind of slowed down, so I'll drop this deflector. What I like to do is move all my veggies over to one side. And my pan has sort of a low side here. And this sesame oil and garlic oil with the flavorings in it have been cooking kind of low with my vegetables. I'm going to put my chicken in here and kind of baste it with that oil to get some of that flavor into my outside crunchy skin part. And once I've got that nice and soaked down, I'll put that back on the grill again. And of course you hear it. Put my cover back on it to steam that flavor in. There we go. Stir those up a little bit. That onion flavor's gotten into that garlic oil. That just should provide a perfect coating for the chicken. And while my chicken was finishing off, I put some of my stuff away and made me a drink selection. I'm going to have a Chobani mixed berry Greek yogurt with my lunch, probiotic. And now that my chicken is almost done, oh yeah, we'll give it one more little basting of the sesame and garlic oil. Pour some down in the little crevices. Let that cook into it. And that just keeps that outer skin from getting too hard, but you don't lose the barbecue flavor. It actually enhances it. And there we go. Put that under the heat for a couple more minutes. There we go. And smoke it in. Okay, race fans, I do believe this is the final product. Yep, sure enough. And I just eat right out of my frying pan. There's my lunch. Chicken's all nice and tender and cooked all the way through. I even have dipping oil. Oh, that's so good. Carrots are cooked perfect. Well, just finishing up my lunch. Nothing left here. I even got my little trash bag to put my bones and skin in. I don't want to leave any footprint whatsoever. If there's a bear around here, any of him and his buddies want to come up here and raid after I've been here, they're not going to find anything. So I hope he just looks at his buddies and goes, no, I recognize the smell of that chili oil, fellas. That's old biker dude. You be wasting your time. He ain't gonna leave you nothing, because I ain't leaving nothing in my pan. I'm not even gonna wash my pan up here. I'm just gonna put it in a big Ziploc bag and carry it down and wash it somewhere else, so I don't leave the lingering smell up here in the grass or on the ground. I just, in a place like this, I just don't want to leave any part of a footprint. Hey, so I appreciate you guys riding along with me on the Cherohala today and having lunch. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Please hit the subscribe button and like my videos. Help me grow the channel if you can. Sure do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the video that I'm able to bring to you. And we'll see you next time. An old biker dude, man.